Welcome to Antiva's webinar for April 2025. I'll be your host again, Ted Brown, Director of Product Management here at Antiva. And imagine a world where your digital workspace is not only secure, but also seamless and efficient. That is a promise of Windows 11, a promise of enhanced security, modern features, and unparalleled user experience. As the end of life date for Windows 10 approaches, it's critical to understand the myriad of benefits of upgrading Windows 11 and starting this transition early. But upgrading now, you avoid the last minute scramble and ensure that your systems are protected and optimized for future changes. This transition to a new operating system can seem daunting, but with the right information and guidance, it becomes a manageable and rewarding process. This webinar will provide a detailed overview of the benefits of upgrading to Windows 11, the core features that set it apart from Windows 10, and the methods available for upgrading and important considerations to keep in mind during this upgrade process. As mentioned in the intro here, we're going to cover a couple important things of the Windows 10 end-of-life experience that's coming up. First, we'll go through the timeline for Windows 10 end-of-life, go into the benefits of why Windows 11 is more easier to use, more secure than Windows 10, and then get into the Windows 11 upgrade paths, and finally, the proper way to Windows 10 to 11 recommendations, the Antiva way. We'll go through the entire process and the steps involved in that. So what's going on? What's the deal here? So if you haven't heard yet, Windows 10 is reaching an end of life. It's hard to believe. It really feels like yesterday when this came out. It's a wonderful operating system. Love using it from the get-go, but all good things come to an end. And in fact, it's actually improving with Windows 11. But with Windows 10, the end of life is approaching here on October 14th, 2025. You heard that correct, 2025, rapidly approaching. And this will mark the end of the security updates and technical support for Windows 10. This cessation of support can lead to vulnerabilities and potential compatibility issues with software and applications you might use today. We at Antiva highly encourage and recommend updating to Windows 11 operating system prior to this date to ensure you receive ongoing support and the important security updates protect you and your company. So upgrading to Windows 11 or utilizing Windows 11 does have a wide range of benefits. Windows 11 introduced a fresh and streamlined interface with start menu and taskbar centered and for ease of access. This design is not only aesthetically pleasing, but also functional, offering more intuitive and user-friendly experience. There's rounded corners and new iconography that contributes to a modern look that is both attractive and practical. One thing I love about Windows 11 is the snap layouts and snap groups and desktops, which allow for better multitasking and organizations, helping users maximize productivity and workflow. Snap layouts enable users to quickly organize open windows into different configurations, making it easier to manage multiple tasks simultaneously. And snap groups keep these related windows together, ensuring that users can easily switch between tasks without losing context. And desktops provide a way to create separate workspaces for different projects and activities, allowing for a cleaner and more organized desktop environment. Now, one of the big things with Windows 11 is security, and security is at the top of the priority for Windows 11. The operating system includes robust measures like hardware-based isolation, encryption, and malware protection. Features like Windows Hello, which uses biometric authentications to secure a device, and BitLocker, which provides full disk encryptions, ensure that your data is safe from unauthorized access. Windows 11 Ultra introduced new security model called Secure Core PC, which offers enhanced protection against firmware attacks and other advanced threats. This module combines hardware, software, and identity protection to create a secure environment that is resistant to sophisticated cyber attacks. Now, Windows 11 is also designed to be faster, more efficient, with better memory management and resource allocation, which translates into a smoother performance even on older hardware. The operating system leverages modern hardware capabilities to provide a more responsive and fluid user experience. Now, those are kind of a quick little snapshot about some of the benefits of Windows 11. We did do a Windows 11 webinar in the past that kind of went through like the top 5 best features to look at. So recommend taking a look at our past webinars so you can get more in-depth analysis, see the user screens, kind of see some examples of the snap grids and things along those lines. I do have a little QR code here. You can snap on that, get directly to that webinar as well as blog, and take a look at if you want to review the past Windows 11 webinars we put together. Now, let's get into some system requirements. What does it take to get to Windows 11? Now, Windows 11 does require certain hardware specifications to ensure optimal performance and security. The key requirement is a function called Trusted Platform Module, TPN, version 2.0. And this is essential for enhanced security features. The Trusted Module 2.0 is a specialized chip that integrates into the modern computer motherboards or added to a module to enhance security. The TPM version 2.0 specifically is essential to ensuring advanced security features with the Windows 11. I'm going to get to a couple different aspects of this. TPM provides a hardware-based approach to managing cryptographic keys and securing sensitive information. It functions independently from the main CPU, creating a separate and isolated environment handling security operations. This isolation is key because it helps protect data from being accessed and tampered with by malware or unauthorized individuals. TPM also is used to store encryption keys securely, ensuring that data is protected, and such as using mechanisms such as BitLocker and encrypting data without risk of key exposure. TPM also includes a couple other important features. Secure boot is a big one. Secure boot helps verify the integrity of the boot process and preventing the execution of untrusted malware or malicious code at startup. It also provides hardware trust. Providing a root trust, TPM validates the authenticity of the hardware and software environment, enabling features like device and identity protection. And lastly, it protects against physical attacks. TPM can detect physical tampering and take proactive measures to safeguard data, making it difficult for attackers to compromise the system by directly accessing the hardware. In summary, TPM 2.0 is a critical component of bolstering the security of Windows 11, offering robust encryption, secure boot support, hardware trust, and protection against physical attacks. This integration ensures that sensitive information will remain secure in the face of evolving threats. I'll pause there because one of the big things when you're taking a look at going to Windows 11 is ensuring that your system and hardware can handle the TPM 2.0. So that's one of the big reasons why people have to buy new hardware versus upgrading the current hardware they have today. There's been things out there on the web where you can potentially bypass this feature. It is not recommended at all. These sophisticated security measures have been put in place to help thwart these malicious actors from coming in and potentially harming your environment or harming your company. So it's really important to make sure that your system can handle the TPM 2.0. Now, there are other requirements for Windows 11 beyond what it is we just went through. So we have a couple things for how much memory you need to have there. So the minimum memory needs to be 4 gigabytes of memory to require smooth operations. That is the minimum. We definitely recommend more than 4 gigabytes. And also it requires at least 64 gigabytes of storage. Again, that's the minimum. We definitely recommend going beyond 64. And the challenging piece of this is putting together what processors are supported because the processors have certain capability. So not just one processor I can put up here. It's really a wide range of processors. Again, that gets into when you're putting together the compatibility report of actually assessing if that processor is capable of upgrading to Windows 11. And I do have a QR code right here as well. You can click into it. It'll go to the Microsoft location and kind of goes through all the different processes that are available. There's tons of them. So if you want to peruse that, take a look. If you do qualify, you can click in there and find your processor to see if it is ability to upgrade to Windows 11. But there's a lot. I recommend utilizing the tool to do the compatibility report, which we'll get into in a second. Okay, so one of the first ways to upgrade to Windows 11 or to use Windows 11 is going down the upgrade route. And for devices that meet the minimum requirements we just talked about, an in-place upgrade is the simplest method to utilize Windows 11. This involves the downloading Windows 11 from Microsoft's website or utilizing the Windows Update and following installation prompts. An in-place upgrade preserves existing files, settings, and application, making the transition to Windows 11 a smooth and hassle-free process. And before starting an in-place upgrade, it is essential to make sure you back up all your files. Definitely recommend, no matter what you're doing, to always make sure you have everything in there just in case something goes wrong. And then while upgrading the process is designed to be safe, having that backup can make sure you recover if something unexpected does occur. Now, older applications and devices might face compatibility issues, ensuring that critical software and hardware are supported or have the updates to make them compatible with Windows 11. Compatibility checks, which I mentioned a couple times, should be performed before starting the upgrade process to identify any potential issues. If compatibility issues are identified, there are several solutions. Some applications have updates or patches that make them compatible with Windows 11. For others, you might need to find alternative software that provides similar functionality. And also very important is to ensure that all device drivers are updated to the latest version to avoid functionality problems post-upgrade. Outdated drivers can cause issues with hardware compatibility and performance. Using driver update tools can simplify the process of identifying and installing the latest drivers for your device. Making sure you check the manufacturer's website for any specific driver update related to Windows 11. Now, license requirement, to upgrade to Windows 10 to Windows 11, a valid Windows 10 license is required. If your device currently runs a genuine version of Windows 10, you are eligible for a free upgrade to Windows 11. This free upgrade offer was initially made for available for when Windows 11 was launched, aiming to streamline the transition for existing users and making sure people can take advantage of all these new security updates. For devices running Windows 10 Home, Pro, or Enterprise, the upgrade to Windows 11 is free. Users are not required to purchase new licensing, provided that their current license is genuine with your current edition of Windows 10. And there also needs to be at least the version of 2004 edition of Windows 10 to make sure they can upgrade to Windows 11. And there's a bunch of different ways to do this. You can go to the update features, you can go to settings, update Windows security, and hit Windows Update. And if that doesn't work, there's also a Windows 11 installation assistant that will allow you to download the Windows 11 and then update your operating system. But highly recommend utilizing an IT expert to help run through it and make sure you do the compatibility checks. And I can kind of show you an example again here in a little bit of what that compatibility check will look like at the end of the day. Now, another way to get to Windows 11, why it's not often used and can also be a longer process, is a clean installation. Now, a clean installation potentially could be utilized to have a better optimal performance on the device. Users can create a bootable USB drive with Windows 11 installation media and perform a fresh install. What this does is it helps avoid potential issues from leftover files and settings. A clean installation involves wiping everything that's on it, including the old existing software, the system, operating system, and installing Windows 11 from scratch. While this method requires more effort and preparation, it does provide a clean slate and ensures the new operating system runs without legacy issues. Users absolutely have to back up their data before starting a clean installation because it will erase every single file and all the settings you have. So you're starting from scratch. Now, if your current hardware does not meet Windows 11 specifications, upgrading to new equipment is highly recommended. Investing in modern devices will ensure compatibility and take full advantage of Windows 11 features. Newer devices are designed to support the advanced features and security measures of Windows 11, providing a better user experience and longer lifespan. When purchasing new equipment, consider factors such as processing power, memory, storage, and build quality. Investing in high quality devices ensuring you can enjoy the benefits of Windows 11 for years to come. And if you're purchasing new device, you're more than likely you want to move your data to the new machine. Using tools like OneDrive or other cloud storage solutions to back up important files and ensuring a smooth transition. Cloud storage provides a secure and accessible way to transfer data between devices as well as the operating systems. For a large volume of data, I would recommend considering using external hard drives or dedicated data migration tools. And these tools can be used to streamline the process and ensure all your important files are easily transferred to your new Windows 11 so you can utilize everything you had before on Windows 10. Sometimes overlooked during this transition is the need for training. Users may need time to adapt to new interfaces and features as they potentially have been utilizing Windows 10 for years and know it like the back of their hand. Providing training and resources can facilitate the transition. Training sessions, tutorials, and user guides can help users understand these new features and how to use them effectively. I really recommend considering creating a transition plan to help really make sure that people understand these new additions and features available to them. And one way to do that, if you haven't taken advantage of it, is with Ntiva's training as a service. So I can jump into that real quick and show you. So with Ntiva's training as a service, if you launch into here, you can click on search sessions, and I go ahead and search for Windows 11. Click the search button, and I have tons of Windows 11 courses right at my fingertips to make sure I know how to utilize Windows 11 as best as I possibly can. I'd recommend taking a look at, of course, what's new for Windows 11. 14 courses, about 1 hour and 2 minutes of training material. And there's also Windows 11 Essentials here that has about 21 lessons, almost 2.5 hours of training material. You don't have to do it all. Maybe you can come in here and take a look at what's most important to you or users, or users can do this on their own to make sure they're all set. So we do have video-based training available for Windows 11 so people can see what the operating system looks like prior to even starting, or they'd be utilizing Windows 11 trying to figure out how to do something, and they can come into this as well and find the one bit of information, how to use File Explorer, 2 minute and 25 second of how to use File Explorer Windows 11, video based. Just find out what you need to find out right there and actually get on with the rest of your day. So highly recommend utilizing our training as a service program for this training activity for your clients. As the end of life date for Windows 10 approaches, the transition to Windows 11 becomes imperative for enhanced security, productivity, and superior user experience. Antiva is committed to guiding you through this transition with unmatched expertise and meticulous planning process to ensure your upgrade is handled as effectively as possible. And here, how is we ensure your success? First, for devices that can be seamlessly transitioned to Windows 11, Antiva prioritizes upgrading them to maintain continuous security performance. By leveraging our technical expertise, we can ensure that each eligible device is carefully assessed for compatibility and upgraded with precision. This proactive approach minimizes downtime and mitigates potential risk associated with outdated systems. Now, I've mentioned this a little bit before, is the compatibility check. So we've already taken a look at this. So let's jump into this compatibility check. So as we run through your assessment with your Windows 10 fleet, we do a compatibility check. We'll actually scan all your systems and bring back this nice report that'll let us know which systems can be upgraded to Windows 11 and which systems cannot, and if they cannot, why they cannot. So here's an example of what this looks like. So here's a example of about things like 52 devices that this was run on, gives the inspection date when this occurred. It'll tell us the Windows processor. Again, if you remember when I went through the technical requirements for Windows 11, I said there's a lot of different types of processors that can be upgraded. So here's the processor report. Here's the current operating system, and if it's ready. So if it says yes here, this system is ready to go. So I can tell that this 12th generation Core i7 12700 can't upgrade to Windows 11. Now, as I scroll down here, you start to see where it says no, that these machines here are not compatible with Windows 11. You can see here, this is an i7 Intel Core, but it does not have the features available to upgrade to Windows 11. So I can tell you right here, it does not have a TPM version 2.0 or higher, which is required. So with this fleet, there was 52 available that was in there, and I believe there's about 14 that do not have the recommended features to upgrade to Windows 11. So we can go ahead and upgrade the rest of them, but this set of the fleet we cannot. So making sure that we do that assessment early, we can give you an analysis of what is possible and what will be required afterwards if these ones cannot be upgraded for the in-place upgrade. So for the systems that do not meet the modern hardware requirements for Windows 11, Antiva recommends replacing them with high-performing devices that will unlock the full potential of the new operating system. This strategic replacement not only enhances the overall performance, but also ensures your infrastructure is equipped to handle the features and advancements. Our team provides a guidance in selecting the best devices tailored to your specific needs and budget. And lastly, and most importantly, understanding the line of business software compatibility is critical for the seamless operations to Windows 11. Antiva will collaborate closely with you to identify which software needs to be upgraded for Windows 11. We conduct a thorough compatibility checks to provide solutions to upgrade or replace incompatible software, ensuring uninterrupted functionality post-migration. This meticulous examination helps avoid disruptions and maximizes the efficiency of your upgraded systems. And the end of life for Windows 10 is fast approaching. And the importance of upgrading to Windows 11 cannot be overstated. It ensures enhanced security, productivity, and a much efficient user experience. Starting the upgrade process early allows you to address any challenges and ensures compatibility and safeguards your digital environment. Take action now and embrace the future of Windows 11. By planning and starting the upgrade process early, you can avoid this last minute rush and ensuring that your systems are ready for the new operating system. Consider all aspects of the upgrade from hardware requirements to data migration and take the necessary steps to ensure a smooth and successful transition. With Windows 11, you're not only just upgrading your operating system, you're enhancing your overall digital experience. The new features and improvements provide a solid foundation for the future and innovation. Don't wait until the last minute. Start your upgrade process with Antiva today and secure your digital environment for tomorrow. Thank you very much. I hope you found this information valuable and really recommend reaching out to Antiva as soon as possible to talk about your transition from Windows 10 to Windows 11. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.